Remember when I said that some of the stuff that we cover is worldwide? Well, guess what? I'm here to prove it today. And why am I here to prove it today? Because a lot of people think in the United States, this is happening in the United States, and this is happening every day where clubs are getting into this or getting into that. So I thought, let's show them. So let's show you. Now, this has to do with, we're going to cover this one first. This is Project Coyote. Project Coyote. Don't they come up with the funniest names for these things? And this one, guess what, is in Canada. It's not in the United States, so don't get all freaked out that everybody's getting stupid in the club scene here in the United States. Gun and drug trafficking probe. Project Coyote targets Ontario outlaw bikers. I'm surprised they didn't go and say, hey, outlaw motorcycle gangs. Because you know what? They're worse than our media in different countries. Remember that. A lot worse. So let's get going here. The video is unavailable. But anyway, a major organized crime bust has led to 280 drugs and firearms trafficking related to charges against 27 people in Ontario, including members of the Hells Angels and Red Devils outlaw. There it is. There it is. Motorcycle gangs. You have to remember something. When they say 27 people in Ontario, including members of the Hells Angels and Red Devils, you have to remember again, not all of them people are Hells Angels and Red Devils. They mesh all these numbers together to make it look worse than it is. They do that a lot in the United States too. Project Coyote began in January of 2022 in Belleville, Ontario. Now that's Toronto where you speak the French stuff, right? Because you guys always get me confused with this French stuff. Where two criminal groups were operating before the probe branched outwards. It was spearheaded by the Ontario Provincial Police Organized Crime Bureau. That's a mouthful, man. Ease up on that. It's a mouthful. The Provincial Operations Intelligence Bureau and Toronto Bellevue Police. 9 high-risk warrants were executed in the GTA. Okay. On January 18th, leading to the arrest of 12 people. More warrants were executed, and another 15 arrests were made, including 3 Hells Angels and 3 members of the HA's puppet club, the Red Devils. Didn't I tell you? I told you. I told you so. Don't think that this is everybody. And you notice how they bury it in the story? They didn't tell you that in the beginning when they said it was 27. No, they waited down below because people just skim articles. They don't look at the whole article. They just see what, and the press knows this. That's why they do it. That's like if they ever make a correction to a story. It could have been on front page news 2 days ago, but they get it wrong, so they have to make a retraction. Next thing you know, it's on page 32 of the newspaper. Nobody's going to read it, and they're going to give it to you as, well, that's what happened. And then they don't cover it. Let's see here. Continuing. At first, we weren't clear on the cooperation and or turf conflict of those arrested. As it turns out, they were opposing. You know what, you detective schmucks, man, let me tell you. Whatever. Ooh, that's a nice revolver. Rock and roll, man. Nice one. You got to clean it up a little bit. Anyway, nice handle, by the way. The investigation involved wiretaps, undercover work, has so far led to the seizure of 13 firearms. Hell, is firearms even illegal up there in Canada anymore? You really let them take everything away from you. Bad stuff, man, bad stuff. Ammunition, jewelry worth $150K, 10 vehicles, 16 kilos of cocaine, 1.5 kilos of fentanyl. Ooh, nasty business there with that fentanyl stuff. 6 kills of crystal. They had it going on here. It looks like your Canadian money looks funny, by the way. Anyway, working on this type of investigation is always high risk. The food groups alone being outlaw motorcycle gang groups and traditional street gangs. As you can see from the firearms, it is obviously a high risk. You guys really go after the firearms stuff, don't you? You know, it's a revolver. Okay, it's a revolver. You're acting like it's a bazooka or something. Let's see here. We're going to continue one more paragraph. The level of firearms we seized here and the fentanyl, those are the two big components. The criminal organization charges, which are supported, obviously, by the Crown. God save the king! That's what you say, right? That we will be taken before the courts. Rock and roll. There's your story right there. But I just wanted you to see that. I really did. They start off with 27. Next thing you know, it's only a few club members. Nasty way you guys doing it. Now, here's another story in Vancouver. Not the United States. This ain't happening every single day. Former Devil's Army member grilled about day of the murder. Ooh, and he's identified as X. Is that kind of like old boy who says he's we now? Where do you come up with these names, by the way? I just don't get it, these pronouns. It confuses the heck out of me, and you shouldn't be doing that. Former member, a full-patched member. See what they did? He's a former full-patch member of the Devil's Army Motorcycle Club. Why even bring him up if he's a former member? Who has said he helped carry a body, snorted cocaine, and was sleep deprived on the day of Brown's killing. That, according to a BC Supreme Court, that's what the jury heard. The former biker, who can only be identified as X, was on the stand for the third day at Richard Alexander's trial for the first-degree murder of Brown. Alexander, the former president of the club. Now, I guess this martial arts fighter was shot and killed on March 11, 2016. Wow, that's a while ago. Real while ago. Last week, X testified that he discovered Brown's body on the floor of the clubhouse and smelled gunpowder in the air. I don't know of any club that's really going to do any kind of dirt in their clubhouse, because you got these busybodies of cops that are going to hit that first. Now, I understand. I'm a hook on phonics dropout when it comes to the English language. I screw up things. But I don't think these people are that hooked on phonics to know, hey, you don't crap in your backyard. I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying, not trying to be smart ass, but I just don't think that's what's going on. You know, it's like you got Patient X over here. Funny. Do you guys in Canada get to face your accusers? I'm just wondering, because here in the United States, and it seems like it's a different thing here. We have a specific Bill of Rights where we're able to face our accusers. In other countries, it doesn't seem that way. Or are they just hiding his ID in the media? Because I know here in the media, man, especially if you're somebody called Trump, they'll print everything and anything, man. They'll leak it the whole 9 yards. Whole 9 yards. So that's a question I really have that's serious. Other than that, like I said, you have to watch what you read in the media. And you also have to read the damn entire article because, again, in the first couple paragraphs, that is going to be their propaganda base, their platform. That's what they want you to hear because they know most people ain't going to take the damn time to read the full story, and they're going to get them to make up their minds in 3 paragraphs. That's just how it works. We're going to go with China Down right now. Let me know what you all think in the comments section.
I say goodbye, vamoose, adios, ciao, so long, get your hat jack.
#1 internet biker radio show is now available on Spotify and all major platforms, including iHeartRadio, iTunes, Stitcher, and more. Don't forget to become a subscriber on any one of these platforms so you can be notified right away when our weekly episode is uploaded so you never miss an episode.